The story of Runner, a Briar movie. One beautiful spring morning, a mare gave birth to a newborn colt. As soon as the colt was born, the mother stood up, walked over to the colt, and began to bathe him. Soon after the new colt's bath, he tried to get up. He tried his best, but he did fall over a few times. And every time he fell, his mother would come over and lick his face. It took him a few tries, but eventually he learned to stand up and even walk. After he learned how to walk, he began to nurse on his mother. A few moments later, the herd leader walked over. He gave the new foal a few sniffs, and decided that he would allow the new colt into his herd. And with that, the herd leader walked off and let the colt nurse. The mother decided to name her new colt Runner because, well, when he got older, he loved to run. The herd ran and ran day after day. They went to a new plain twice a year, but they always stayed near where they were at the start when the colt was born. Soon the colt grew, from a colt to a stallion, racing with the wind, his mane and tail blowing in the breeze. He was free, and that's how he always should have been. One evening, the herd leader came over to the young stallion and began to push him away from the herd. He went farther and farther away from the herd. Mare's mother, as all mares would be, Runner's mother was very upset. She tried to stop the fight, but she didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Runner understood what was happening. The herd leader was shoving him because, well, the herd leader had decided that it was time for Runner to find a herd of his own. Runner understood and backed away from the herd leader. The herd leader made a whinny and then ran off because he knew that Runner had understood. The mother rushed over to Runner. Runner rubbed his mother's face with his own, and with that ran off. Runner's mother was upset, but understood that he was old enough, that he should go off and find his own place to live. And with that, the mother kept on living her life as though she had never had a colt. In the meantime, with Runner had ran very far, almost 8 miles away from his herd. Runner wanted to go back. He did not feel safe here, but, well, he knew that he was ready to find his own herd. Runner traveled for days at a time, sometimes even weeks. It had been months since Runner had gone away from his herd and wandered off on his own. He had gone through many woodlands and plains. He sniffed the dirt here and thought maybe if he could find a few mares, this could be his new home. One beautiful morning, Runner was grazing and suddenly lifted his head up. Runner had spotted a mare off in the distance. and the mare had spotted Runner. The mare began walking toward Runner very cautiously. Suddenly, the mare stopped, just a few feet away from Runner. Runner decided to walk over to the mare. As Runner walked toward the mare walked toward Runner, until they were only a few inches away. With that, Runner did a whinny, and also did a small rear and a kick. With that, the mare knew that she was accepted into Runner's new herd. She walked over to him, and with that, they began to graze together. And then they suddenly stood up. Runner was the leader, and the mare knew that. So when Runner began to run, the mare followed a few feet behind him, until they were trotting side by side. One morning, Runner and his mare were grazing like usual. They suddenly both stood up. They had to realize that there was another mare grazing nearby. Runner told his mare to stay right where she was, and then ran up to check on this new horse. When he got very close to the mare turned around because she had been grazing. She soon saw Runner. Runner walked up to her, and being with his mare for almost a year, decided to accept this new mare into their herd. Runner told her that she was accepted, and with that ran off. Of course, the young mare, being a part of the herd now, ran with him. When they returned, Runner's other mare accepted the new mare into the herd also. And with that, they were all a herd. After a few hours of grazing, Runner began to run. So did his other two mares. One morning, Runner got up, turned around, and realized that one of his mares had given birth to a super cute little filly that actually looked a lot like Runner when he was a colt. He trotted over, sniffed the colt, and of course accepted his new filly into his herd. He was very excited to have a filly in his herd. Runner lived a very happy life with his two mares and the young filly who would soon become a mare. Many nights, Runner thought back on when he was a colt, racing with his mother. He missed his mother very much, of course, but he was happy to have a herd of his own, and he knew that every colt has to leave his mother. Runner was very happy with his mares and filly, and lived out the rest of his days in joy with his mares and filly. Thank you for watching.